What's up, everybody? I'm Chauncey Black.
I'm Mark Middleton.
I'm Levi Little.
And I'm E. Williams.
And we are
Blackstreet.
Hey, listen, we just like to thank everybody in London, all of our friends, and, the fact that we're out here. But we would just like to let all of our friends in London know that we won't be performing today. Reason being, our contract wasn't followed the way that it should be. And circumstances made it that it was extremely difficult for us to perform today and to put our best foot forward. We were unable to get our sound check, and there were other issues, that it just made it impossible for us to perform on the level that we wanted to. We didn't want to have a bad performance, and it really saddens us that we won't be able to perform for you all today. But we got together just to let you know that we love you.
Yes.
And it's not really our fault, but we doing what we think, is the best, for ourselves and for you guys. Because one of the last things we want to do is to disappoint, our friends and then get on stage and not do a great performance.
Yes.
So we're doing this just, so in spite of what you may hear, we are here in London.
In London right now.
We're ready to perform, but we're unable to do so, like I said, because our contract wasn't followed as it ought to be. And it was tension and things that was happening that was totally out of our control. Right. And so, for the purpose of letting you guys know how much we love you.
Yes.
And are disappointed that we won't be able to perform to you today. Hopefully, with God's grace, we'll be able to come back in the very near future.
Yes.
And, make up for this, do a performance for you guys. But please understand that with all our hearts, we love you.
Yes.
And we hope that you understand where we're coming from and truly forgive us.
Please. Thank you.
But we love you dearly.
Peace.
So I can attest. I mean, I went down to Metrofest. Got my ticket, and I was like, couldn't wait. And then I get the call that you guys might not show up. When I spoke to a lot of British fans at the show, they were saying, I asked them, who you guys come to see? They said, yeah, Maya, Fat Joe, Horace Brown, but most importantly, Blackstreet. We still have all their albums, and we still know how popular they've been. So it is a big shame, the fact that you guys have been here since Monday. So it's not like you just flew in and stuff. So that's that's
we've been here. Yeah, we've been here following the quarantine regulation with this whole COVID. COVID has a lot to do with it as well. And we just the pressure of being here and waiting for our results and things like that, and people screwing with our livelihood of we came out here just to perform. This was the first time coming back during the COVID since COVID. Yes. So this was really huge for us because thank God that the world was starting to open back up.
Yeah.
It's just like Mark said, the circumstance of how we were moved to where people were trying to move us around during and all, and we had the what is the NSC? What is this?
The NHS. Yeah, that's why I work for the NHS.
Making sure we're in our hotels, and we got other people telling us we had to go here, but the NSC is like, you can't leave. You're going to be penalized and things like that. So it's just really bad, man. It's unfortunate that we had our contract and everything correct before we left the States, but when we got here, oh my God, everything just fell haywire.
So as a fan, we generally buy our tickets and we come to the show and watch you guys perform. We don't know what happens before that.
Right.
Yeah.
When it comes to the pre-performance, are there things that you were able to do or weren't able to do, just to make sure that you guys were able to sound right on the night? Because we expect you guys to perform at your quality,
absolutely.
But were you able to do
it?
No. Well, one of them is sound check. That's key for us because we're all singers.
Yeah.
We're all lead singers, so we bring our people over here to get it so everybody knows who's singing what, because we want to we want to sound exactly like our record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't we're not harmonized or tweaked. We have these natural ability of voices that really project what you guys hear on those records. So when we can't get a proper sound check or we can't get
You can't get any sound.
you can't
Oh, so
get, right.
you haven't visited the stage to see where
No,
you.
we have seen it or anything.
You got to realize we got here for 5 days. We had to quarantine.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And we stick together as a group. We travel together as a group. We make our moves together as a group.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what we're most comfortable with. But we were here. We were quarantined, and we were being asked to move hotels. It was different things being asked of us.
Wow.
That was very inconvenient, and it wasn't the right thing for us to be doing. I mean,
Correct.
we've been through
Legal.
issues before. You know what I mean? And we don't say anything to the fans. We just get the job done.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, this is not an ego thing. This is a what's right thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, for us to go and just if we was to do the show today, we would just be going up there, getting our mics, and doing the show. I mean, we have videos that have to be synced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have our sound, our music that has to be synced and
Correct.
EQ'd. I mean, we're not just putting on a 2-track. We're literally, it's like a live show. Not with a band, but our performance is live.
Right.
Our music is all EQ'd and live. With live, musicians playing on the track.
Yeah.
So we have to get all that, taken care of. Our positioning on stage, our lighting, all these things.
Yeah.
We want to do. But
Right.
even with that being said, it was still other things that happened that made it very extremely difficult for us to do our job. And like I said, we move as one. So, if we couldn't put our best foot forward, and rather than hurt ourselves with a performance that doesn't go off well,
Yeah.
last thing we want is for our friends to be saying, "Well, we saw the show, but it wasn't that great," and
And they got a bad
we definitely don't
experience,
want that.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm a music fan first and foremost, and I've gone to a number of concerts, and I know that if I attend a concert and they don't perform that well, I know it makes it difficult to want to come back to another show.
Absolutely.
Right, you felt you didn't get your money's worth,
Yeah,
And I mean, we're in that. We're in the business of entertaining,
yeah,
And that's what we try to do. We try to do that to the fullest. And we really respect our fans. That's the number one thing, And despite of the promoters not doing the right thing, our fans come number one. And we don't want to disappoint them. So
That's why
rather than disappoint them,
Well, I know that, as I said, here in the UK, Blackstreet have really had a big, massive impression. Especially from the first album, the second album, even the third album. You even managed to duet with Janet Jackson. So there's a lot of fans who actually were really excited to come and see you guys. We've been in a much strict lockdown, so no one could go anywhere. So this is the first time we've been able to go out as fans to actually see a concert, and especially with the urban and the black fans, we don't have many big things coming up. So this was the first big thing, and as I said, I went there, loads of people, and some people might say, well, you guys are singers, you're professionals, you could be able to just to go out there and just do it. But I guess it's important to understand the technical aspects of what kind of shows that you perform. And why it's not possible just to, let's just show up and get a mic and just play it back.
Right. And see, let me tell you, we've done that, and it doesn't sit well with us, but because of this whole situation, we're in a totally different country, right?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you would think people would respect us a lot more than how we were being dealt with here for these 5 days, especially with the circumstances of the COVID and everything.
Yeah.
Getting our test results back and kind of holding them over our heads. Like, if you don't do this, you're not going to get...
Because you can't travel. You can't travel back.
We can't go back home without our results.
Yes.
So it's like, why is this delay with this? And NSC said we need to stay here. Our contract says we're supposed to not move from where when we get here, that's the hotel we stay.
Yeah.
It was in our agreement. It was just, and then we're not the only ones. The other artists that came here, that are here,
dealing with the same.
Dealing with the same
that are having
thing.
issues. And we don't want to out nobody. We're not doing this to hurt anybody. We're not trying to call names and do all that, because look, we first of all, we're grateful to be here. We thank God
Yes.
that we're able to be here. And like I said, it was our intention to come and do our job.
Yeah.
greet our fans, and we don't like to call them fans. We like to call everybody friends. You know what I mean?
Our friends.
But to meet our London friends, because listen, London always shows us love,
Always.
and every chance
Always.
we get to come over here, it's a great blessing to us and our family. So
Yeah.
that being said, there were issues that at this time that was beyond our control. That's really hindering us from putting our best foot forward, and that's what's causing us, to hesitate and have to make the move that we're making.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not ego. It's not because it was hard. We do a lot of hard things.
Right.
But if we get on the stage and don't do a good show, our friends London friends, they don't know about the technical issues. They don't know everything that we've gone through, us and other artists that are here on this show.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, after, deliberating amongst ourselves and taking, a consensus on what would be best for us at this time, and for our London friends, we think that this is the best thing to do.
Wow.
Because we definitely don't want to hurt ourselves with a bad performance or disappoint people that have come to see us.
Right.
Because we definitely want them to come back again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? I think a month ago I saw Kelly Price. She put up an Instagram post that she was supposed to do a show in Houston, and the promoters messed things up, and so she was in the hotel. They hadn't sent the car, and I think, I'm here in the UK, so it was like, wow, that sounds bad, but it's so pity them. I never expected it to happen here, because they're flying you across the pond.
Well, exactly.
This is a big thing. It's not, it's not as if you guys are local guys that just bring you. So the fact that they've actually brought you guys in here to not, and as I said, I'm surprised you weren't the headliners. As I said, most British fans will tell you that you're not. They're surprised you're not the headliners.
And that wasn't our issue. We music is music.
We don't care when we go on.
We come to do our job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a money thing either. You know what I mean? It's just the principles of, us being human beings coming to do our job, and the certain things that we need to fulfill that.
Yeah.
We did not get. Even with, this, we understand the circumstances of this hotel not having, cold water and things like that, right?
All the amenities, there's a lot going on.
It was, we were set aside a per diem, we got slighted on the per diem of how we eat every day while we're in this country, you know what I mean? So it's been tough, and that's a wear and tear on our mental, getting on that stage to really, really give the crowd what we, and sitting in a room for 5 days. Okay, listen, 5 days is just,
It's rough.
it's rough, man, and it's in moving you to another location that is like, where prostitutes and stuff are,
The working ladies.
Yes.
Working ladies.
Yes.
And I'm just being
Yeah.
totally honest with the situation, how we were dealt with. Those are the cards that we were dealt with.
I think, as I said, I've had the pleasure of being able to speak with both Lee and Eric over the past year, and I think many of your supporters, fans here in the UK, around Europe and around the world have seen a different side of you guys.
I've learned something.
Yeah, I've learned a lot and have a different appreciation of you guys now. And as I said, a lot of us with anticipation are looking forward to, the new music. We've received the remix of No Diggity, and now we've sort of given them an appetite that look, new music's coming on.
Yes.
I think the fans would want to know that. Would you guys be better prepared and organized if you come back when you come back to the UK?
It was not.
No.
Well, it's not our organization. Like I said, it's not. Listen, we're ready, willing, and able to do our jobs. Now, like I said, that being said, when we come here, we're dealing with promoters, and like I said, the issue was not us.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I'm hesitant to just be, just throwing stuff out there.
No.
But I'm just trying to give the fans a head up. We are.
Yeah.
That we're not going to be performing, and trying to give them a reasonable understanding as to why. Why.
Right.
But it's definitely not our fault. We're prepared, and we are always prepared.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't travel this far from our families.
No,
Not
no,
be
yeah,
okay.
no.
Listen, from our families, okay?
Yeah.
we come to
Well, yeah, I mean,
right.
like I said, most people aren't traveling just because of the risk. But and I guess I minced my words a little bit. I think when if your British fans will want to know that you guys won't be put off coming back to the UK.
Oh,
No, absolutely
that's
not.
not.
We just want to be sure.
Absolutely not.
No, we
that
love
there's
coming
no-
to London.
We love coming here, and they love us coming. So
Yeah, absolutely.
this is just a stand that we have to make because
Yeah.
enough is enough.
It's this is a business, that we're in, and this is a part of the business, going through these type of, situations. But when it gets to a point where you can't do your job on the level that you're supposed to do it,
Right.
that's where we take issue,
No
and
fault,
that's
y'all.
the
Right.
situation.
And that's not good business,
Yeah, and you know what? And I think a lot of us as fans probably have not really understood that side. We just think, you can just perform anytime. We don't realize the fact that it's part of your revenue. I mean, lots of sacrifice. There's staff that need to be paid. So it's not just a case where it's all about the money, but it's about
No, it's not.
there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
But I also know that the quality is important because if you
Absolutely.
a bad show would it leaves a sour taste
It does.
Exactly.
in our mouths. And as I said, you guys have had very high standards.
Yes.
And I don't think, as a British R&B fan, I don't think there are many groups who could come to the UK and draw the crowd that you guys can draw.
Wow, thank you.
And we
I
thank you.
appreciate
We
that.
like it's all the fans, They love great music, and we just like doing what we love to do. We've been blessed with these vocals, so
And with
it's
this
an honor.
opportunity.
It's an honor just
It
to
is an
still
honor.
be here and give it up.
So I think what will help us is just to know that can we truly really expect a new album from you guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That's
Promise you.
That's happening.
Okay.
Promise
Okay.
you it's coming.
That's
It's
happening.
coming
Yeah.
very
Okay.
soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Exclusive producer, Mr. J Hot himself, back in. He's waiting for us to get back so we can get right back in the studio.
Okay.
I mean, according to the will of God, I mean, that's how we move. And, we expect to do a great album for everybody. And like I said, we're not doing this because, we're upset, so to speak. But we're doing this because we're being prohibited from putting our best foot forward.
Yeah.
And let us make this statement too. It's not the job of the fans to realize every little thing that's going on.
Exactly.
Right.
It's their jobs to come and get a great performance.
Yes.
And so we listen, we love you guys, we thank you. I mean, the gentleman said, we come, we're able to draw great crowds, and that's only because of you guys.
Yes.
And by the grace of God, giving us the favor that we've had in our lives, and the favor that we have with you guys. We tremendously thank you and love you for it. And by the grace of God, we'll be back soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also we'll have a great album for them very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace and love.
I begin to